saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago, it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. If you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the Fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Well, you know, right now, in terms of the consumer, in terms of real purchasing power, wages and salaries are rising faster than most measures of inflation right now.
Wrong.
God, I hate that when they lie like that. I mean, it's just anybody who goes shopping knows that's not true. I mean, for God's sakes. Wages, since Biden took office, have dropped 3.2% to now where their real wages right now 4.2%. But prices have gone up 19 to 20%. But they just continue to lie. I mean, it just drives you crazy. By the way, today the market's having trouble again. And it makes sense. Because when you have treasuries this high, when you have that 3-month treasury and a 10-year treasury, and you're up over 4.5%, 5%, it's killing the banks. It's killing the economy. It really is. And also the other problem is the market is not going to pay these valuations. They didn't mind when in 2012 to 2022, when they were ramping this market up, dropping interest rates to zero, and they just pumping up tech stocks up 1,200%. Nobody cared what they paid for earnings, but it's over now. That's when you had the yields, the treasury yields, the short term, the 3-month at 0.25%, 1% the most. The 10-year treasury at 1.5%. I mean, with rates like that, of course the market went up big time. It was engineered to those rates, remember. That's what's hitting us now. Remember, they printed all this money to buy treasuries to get those yields down, to artificially push up these tech stocks from 2012 to 2022, and now it's over. Rates aren't at zero. The short-term Fed rate's no longer at 0.1%. I'm talking about the 3-month Treasury, which, remember, that 3-month Treasury, that hits businesses really hard. I mean, when banks go to loan to a business, and remember, small businesses, that's our country. You know, small business, they can't borrow money. They can't buy inventory. I mean, everything's stopped dead. And that's why you see the market. See, the market understands what's going on. The bond market understands. When you got a 3-month Treasury at 0.1%, and now at 5%, it's telling you it's over. And the big institutions aren't going to be buying stocks. They're not going to buy stocks. They're not going to buy S&P stocks and pay $20 for every $1 of earnings. Are you nuts? So that's what's going on. But they continue to lie to us. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, this electric bus company that went broke, this is unbelievable. I mean, Harris, as I said last week, she is dumber than a day-old sausage. Listen to her, how dumb she is. Listen to this. This is amazing what's going on with this bus company.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus?
Oh, my
right?
God.
Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about the, and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right? And it's part of our experience.
It's too painful. But here's the real pain. They believe this. They believe this. Yellow school bus. So Harris and the president, they think, oh, this is great stuff, electric school buses. But wait a minute. Are you kidding? A regular diesel-driven school bus costs anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 for a school district. Let's use 100, the high end. These electric buses, $450,000. Our country has about $835 billion in its checking account, and they're writing checks, printing money. They're printing money so they can write these millions, $5 billion. They're allocating to these schools all over the country, these school districts. Example, South Carolina just made an order of $60 million. Where'd they get the $60 million from? It had to be printed. So they printed and sent it to this one school district. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, billions and billions of dollars are going to be spent on these schools. This is crazy. And it went out of business. They just filed bankruptcy. They can't make it. Oh, but don't worry. Jennifer Granholm, who's the Secretary of Energy, sat on the board. She was getting paid $5,000 a year, but that's not the problem. She just sold her stock a couple of weeks before it filed bankruptcy and pocketed, I think, was $1.6 million. But that's okay. That's all right. God forbid. Can you imagine if that was somebody in Trump's family? They'd be in jail tonight. But the audacity to say, you know, the White House, we're going to fight inflation. No, they don't fight inflation. I mean, you got Biden, who's just as dumb as Harris. They never ran a business. They never had to sacrifice to pay other people. When you start out a business, you don't take a pay yourself. You can't afford to. You give your people the money. It's how it works. You sacrifice. And then hope one day it'll turn around. See, they never went through that. They always work for the government. They don't know where the money comes from. They think it's a tree that grows money. They don't have no idea how they get their paycheck, what it comes from, because they never ran a business. So they just think, just keep printing money. And he said that. He said that we can print enough money to pay off the deficit. Yeah, and go down to the store and pay $500 for a loaf of bread. They said there's going to be no recession. because wages are higher than inflation. Where the hell they got that from? Wages higher than inflation. Anybody who goes to the supermarket knows that's not true. I mean, how can you, wages are 4.2%, but prices are up 20%? Come on. So this thing with the school bus is just an example of how they just don't care. It's all about power. So this company's going bankrupt. Then they tell us how strong the labor market is. So strong it's going to prevent a recession. No, it's not. It's not going to prevent a recession. Are you kidding me? It's going to put us into a recession, this labor market. Why? Because remember, when Biden came out and he did all these different programs, these social programs, where people didn't have to go to work. Because why? Because they're getting subsidies for their house, they're getting subsidies for childcare, they're getting subsidies for their rent, they're getting subsidies for everything, plus they're getting double checks. Remember, unemployment checks, you got one from the state, you got one from the government. They had all this way, they had to go to work. So all these people who owned businesses, they couldn't get workers. So they had to start hiring them. If somebody had $15, they had to pay them $20 or $30. And now we got more bankruptcies than we ever had. We got historic bankruptcies, these small businesses. Because now, remember, small business bankruptcy went up 111% in the first 6 months of 2023. That's a record because these people can't keep going on paying this kind of wages. So instead of coming up with an idea to increase productivity, he says, no, I'm not going to do that, but he says, I'm going to give everybody money. Just give everybody money. See, he never ran a business. Doesn't know how it's going to affect them. It's unbelievable.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy at philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
To innovative younger companies like Rivian, building electric trucks, or Proterra, building electric buses, which I saw at a virtual tour last year when I met with the CEO virtually, and they really impressed me.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to impress Joe, does it? Bankrupt. But see, guys like Biden, these professional, I don't know what you want to call them. You can call them politicians, but they're worse than that. They always suck off the government. They suck off the government. It's like one of these pilot fish that follows a shark around. That's what they are, like a pilot fish. Always sucking off the big guy. These guys couldn't make a living outside of government. And they believe, see, because they never ran a business or developed a business or paid a payroll, they don't understand how it works. They believe spending budgets are a good thing. I remember Obama's, this guy, who was he? His name was Reich. He used to keep saying, oh, spend, it's good, we'll grow the economy. Yes, if you spent money, okay, that gave us good returns. If you spent money, if we spent $1 and got $3 in return, then I'm for spending budget deficits. But not when we spend $3 and we get $1 back. That's where the phrase came from, helicopter money. Because the stuff he spends money on, and most politicians, is to get votes, not to get a return. Not to get a return on investment. Malfeasant money. He came out the other day and said, today's numbers show our economy remains strong. Annual inflation has fallen around 2/3 since last summer, and real wages are up for the working folks. That's not true at all. When Biden took over, he took over from Trump an economy that was growing at 6.5%. Today, since he's been in office, he can't get an economy over 2.8%. 2.8%. He's been in office 2.5 years. He still can't get over 2.8%. Prices overall, up to today, from when he's been in office for 2.5 years, prices today are up 17%, but wages are only up 4.2% or 4.4%. What difference does it make? But see, they'll lie and they'll tell you something different because they know that no one's going to check.
Well, right now, in terms of the consumer, in terms of real purchasing power, wages and salaries are rising faster than...
That's a lie. Not when you got gasoline from the day he took office to today, still up 53%. Still up 53%. Food, still up 20% when you go to your groceries. Gasoline, still up over 50 or 48%. Housing came down, still up 16%. Come on. This guy's a born liar. And then he says, inflation, what it was caused, it's real simple. Inflation is caused by one thing. The government spends more money than it takes in tax revenue. Just like in 2022. 2022, our government took in 23% more tax revenue than they did in 2021. But guess what? They spent $2.2 trillion more than they took in. What good is it? But see, they don't know any difference. They think, oh, that's okay, that's good, we'll keep spending. It won't hurt anything. It hurts everybody. Bankruptcies. First half of 2023 has doubled. They don't care. Small business bankruptcies increased 111% in the first 6 months of 2023. Commercial bankruptcies over 80% since 2022. Corporate bankruptcies, first half of 2023, has doubled. Do you think they care? No. They're going to come out and still lie to you. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Doesn't work that way. So today, the market, as I told my gang, look, you had to be in these stocks early on. The only people who are chasing these stocks right now are tourists, and they're going to get killed. They're going to get killed. Now what they're going to do is they're trying to snap these stocks back. Because the one thing they're afraid of right now, they're scared to death that this market is going to collapse. And it's going to. Right now, everybody's watching the spiders. It's sitting at around 446. If it drops below 440, watch what happens. So they're in there holding this market up. They call them the plunger team. They're in there holding this market up, buying index futures, making sure it doesn't fall. Making sure it doesn't fall. And in the spiders, we have these 7 tech stocks. And they're being funded by the hedge funds, the pension funds, the insurance funds to hold them up. Because I told you last week, they got all their clients in these stocks. They got to get them out. So keep your eye on that, on the spiders. If it breaks below that 440, watch this market start tanking. The Qs, it broke just a little bit below the 50-day moving average. It went down to around 364. If that breaks 360, better put a helmet on. Because, see, the problem is now they drove this whole market up from 2012 to 2022 on zero interest rates. On zero rates. We're not at zero rates anymore. The banks can't borrow money at zero anymore or make money at zero and loan it to a business at zero. Can't loan it to a public company at zero or 1% so the company can buy its own stock back. You now know that company, they used to loan money at, let's say, 0.25%. Now it's paying 7-8%. And that's why commercial bankruptcies are up big time. So what do you do to make money in the stock market? Oh, you have a great opportunity to make money in the stock market. I'll talk about that when we get back. But don't believe a thing they're telling you. Oh, everything's just fine. No, it's not.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, what, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy at philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy at philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And we believe this is just halftime of a new tech bull market underway.
Second quarter earnings overall underscore the health of the economy as adding fuel to the narrative that we are in the midst of a soft landing.
None of that's true. None of that's true. And they know it. See, the areas that you should have been in when you were buying stock, you should have been in the tech stocks when nobody wanted them, like we were, the oil stocks when nobody wanted those. You got to buy them when nobody wants them. Leisure stocks, nobody wanted those. Bank stocks, nobody wanted those. Now we're not going to buy these stocks. We've already made our returns, now say on an average of 20%. Now, what do I mean by that? Our members, they have a chart that tells them when to buy and when to sell. The algorithms turn a color, green to buy, red you sell. It really shows the flow of money. So when we train them how to invest, they have that as a tool. It builds confidence for them, especially when they short. Because when they short and they're scared, always scared of short, they see that all the candlesticks turn red. Your candlesticks are green, green, red, green, red, green. No, this works with the algorithms where every candlestick turns red, which tells you, assures you that money is being pulled out, just like when all the candlesticks are green. So with the color-coded buy and sell software, and then we teach you how to use that software, how to best utilize that software with our technique, you're going to do just fine. So if it's green and it gave us a 20% gain, some students take the whole 20% home. Some maybe take 10, some maybe take 5. It's up to them where they want to get in. When they get more confident, they'll get in right where nobody wants to buy the stock. It's like going to a new restaurant. If you go to a new restaurant, nobody's around, just started, nobody wants to try it, you go, God, they take care of you. You have the best food, piles of food. Can you have another drink? I fill your water glass. Oh my God, you're like a king. Can I have my check? Yeah, they bring it right over the check. And then as soon as they get busy, what happens? You have to wait. It takes longer to get your check than it does your meal. You have to beg for a drink. You have to crawl up to the bar and beg. Because now they're successful. But everybody goes to the restaurant when it's over, when the good service is behind them. The good food, portions are behind them. Everything's behind them. It's the same thing with stocks. When you buy a stock, you got to go into that stock when nobody's paying attention to it. But remember, you have a chart, at least tells you. It will give you confidence. If it says it's green, that means the pension funds, the hedge funds, the 401k mutual funds, the insurance funds, they're all buying. Now, if all of a sudden they decide not to buy as much, it'll start turning yellow, give you a warning. But with the color-coded chart and teaching you our technique in investing, you're going to always be in before anyone else. And then you're going to be out. Like right now, our stocks, like I said, whether it's our oil stocks, our tech stocks, our oil, our tech, our leisure, and our, what am I missing? Oil, tech, leisure, what other am I missing? Bank stocks. We're getting ready to sell them short. If anybody's buying them now, you're out of your mind. And guess who's buying them now? The tourists who don't know what they're doing. They always buy in a dip, buying a dip, buying a dip. It's not going to work. Anybody's buying tech stocks right now. Listen to what this guy says. Listen to what he says. This is a bold-faced lie right here.
And we believe this is just halftime of a new tech bull market underway.
You think he cares about you? No. He's got to make sure he gets people buying stocks. He's got a lot of pressure on him on the floor. He's got to make sure that he's gotten people out there buying. He's got to get his clients to buy, or he's gone. He's gone. None of these people look out for your best interest. Are you kidding me? First of all, there's no fiduciary relationship. That's the bad thing about the stock market.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
Listen what he's saying. Listen to what this guy's telling the truth. This is the guy that's in the swamp on Wall Street.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
Our partners, our shareholders, that's who we take care of. That's it. So when you go and you buy a stock, whether it's a pension or a mutual fund or 401k, you got to go in with the understanding of this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
So as long as you understand that their interest isn't yours, they're not interested in you. No, they're being honest. This guy's being honest. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. It's our partners of the company. It's our shareholders in our company. We're going to take care of them first. Just like now. Why do you think the tech stocks aren't coming down, aren't crashing, when you have a 10-year treasury yield at 4%? 4.1%. And a 3-month treasury at 5.5%. That's like kryptonite to Superman. Tech stocks don't go up like this. They don't hold up. But why are they being held up right now? I've told you 100 times. Because what are these guys doing? These guys on Wall Street in the swamp. They're pooling money. They're taking the pension fund. They're taking the hedge funds. They're taking the 401k funds, mutual funds, insurance company funds. They all get together, pull the money. They pulled $15 trillion, I think about 6 weeks ago, to prop up Apple and Microsoft, to make sure the 7 stocks, the Magnificent 7, don't come in until they get everybody out. Same thing they did with Enron. So if you join our gang, you're going to be happy they're doing that, because you're going to learn how to sell the stock short. And then after the market crashes again, we're going to go back in, just like that restaurant that nobody knows about. We're going to go in when nobody wants to go there. We did that with our tech stocks. Look at after the tech crash, where the market went down 38% from November 2022 down to October. Ask my members, our oil stocks, which are still in now. I said the oil stocks are down about 35%. When they, or before that, I said when they get down about 35%, let's load up on them. Let's start buying them. And everybody else, when they're down 35%, get me out, get me out, get me out. And everybody on CNBC and Fox Business, boy, this is terrible. Oil's down, and we're buying, and we're buying, and we're buying. Bam! Those stocks, our color-coded chart gave us the confidence. The algorithm kicked in, solid green. We're following the big boys. We're following the institutions. And then after it goes up 20%, everybody starts getting in. When it's up 30%, everybody gets in, always at the top. Now they're all sitting there going, what's going on? Market's not doing anything. It's getting ready to collapse. See, the beautiful thing about the yields, they never lie to you. They never lie. See, yields go up, okay? And when yields go up, it's telling you what's going on. It's telling you. Interest rates are going up. And when interest rates go up, how's that do with the stock market? Terrible. So, now they're telling us, as I said, that the labor market's very strong. It's going to pull us out. No, it's not. The labor market's not strong. And they're telling you inflation has dropped from 9% to 3.2%. Soon we'll be at 2%. No, we're never going to hit 2%. And I'll tell you why when we get back. Look, join my gang. Go to philsgang.com. Sign up where it says, click here. Get started here. 10 days, you don't pay a penny. You're going to learn how to use the color-coded chart. You're going to learn how to sell short. At the end of 10 days, you don't stay with us, that's okay.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Good afternoon, America. This is Steve over here at philsgang.com. And have you ever looked at a stock chart and just wondered what in the heck is going on here? Like you just have no clue what's going on. You don't know when to buy. You don't know when to sell. But you're just, well, what I do here at Phil's Gang is I teach you how to recognize those patterns on stock charts. I make sense of those things for you, and I guide you along the way. So if you want to learn with me and you want to know how to make some money, go to philsgang.com. It's 10 days for free. You also get the Pro 2 color-coded chart. What else can I say? I'll see you on the charts. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you. And the Pro 2 color-coded chart will give you that confidence you need. Try it for 10 days. You join a gang, it's free. All the education during the 10 days is free. So at least you'll understand how the yields affect the market. You know, when everyone made their money, it was when, if you just take from 2012 to 2022, when the tech stocks went up 1,200%, the S&P went up 650%. Why did everybody make their money then? Because if you take the 3-month Treasury, and that's very important to all the business in the country, because if it gets above 2%, you're screwed. But it always stayed around 1/10 to a half. So corporations could borrow money pretty cheap. And that's why the market shot straight up 1,200% to tech stocks. Then the 10-year Treasury was average from 2012 to 2022, about 1.8%. Oh, the housing market, you kidding me, exploded. Refis exploded. People pulling money out and putting it into the economy. What a hell of a thing we had from 2012 to 2022. But if I said to somebody, what's the difference between 2012 and 2022 with a 3-month Treasury, let's say it was an average of 0.1%, and a 10-year Treasury 1.8%. And now, here we are in 2023, instead of the 3-month at 0.1%, it's at 5.4%. And the 10-year instead of 1.5% is at 4%. What's the difference? 95% of the people wouldn't know. All they do is they listen to somebody on the business channels and they say, buy, and they'd buy. They don't know the difference. And they'd buy in a dip. They don't have any idea what a yield has to do with a stock. Well, we're going to show you that. And I don't want to hear any more from these gangsters on Wall Street how we're going to get down to 2%. It's a bull-faced lie. You are not going to see 2%. And here's why. We're going to get inflation back to 2%. No, you're not. Why don't you tell the truth? No, you're not. It's not going to happen. Are you kidding? So think about this. The White House always said we're going to get back to 2%. Like it's nothing. Just go back to 2%. For that to happen, Biden would have to go back to Trump's energy independent policy. That's right. Drill. He'd have to go back to Trump's energy policy and throw his and AOC's green energy policy out. Number one. 2, Biden has to stop spending more than he takes in revenues. That's inflation. That's where it comes from. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It doesn't come from the business. It doesn't come from Russia. It doesn't come from somebody going to war. Inflation comes from one place. Sausage and the dope. Spending more money than they take in. That's it. Simple. They lie about it all the time. You think they're going to stop deficit spending? You think they're going to stop for 1 minute spending more than they take in tax revenues? Do you really believe that? Well, you got to believe that if you think we're going to go to 2%, there's not going to be a crash. You got to believe that. Are you kidding? So if you believe he's going to cut expenses, he's not going to ever raise the ceiling debt again. He's going to cut all the overhead, get rid of waste, no more deficit spending. He's never going to spend more than he takes in again. He's always going to be very careful about that. Then he'll hit 2%. Now, you and I know he'll never do that because he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the country, for God's sakes. He's made his money. He's set, the president. The guys, all the senators, they made their money. They don't care. They stole their money too. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. So just think for a moment to ask yourself, do you think the market's going to crash? Here's the answer to that question. Do you think the market's going to crash? The answer is, okay, to bring the yields from 5.4% on a 3-month treasury, which is so vital to our businesses. They're dying. They're dead. Bankruptcies all over the place. They're trying to hold things up. 10-year treasury, 4%. Forget the housing market. It's going to implode. It's going to, no more refis. Do you believe he's going to reduce those back to where they were from 2012 to 2022, where everything was booming? Think he's going to do that? So that means, if you say yes he is, that means then you believe he's not going to spend more money than the tax revenue. You got to believe he's not going to spend money on stupid things. I mean, look at the stupid things he spent money on. I mean, it's just sickening. I mean, all these programs, is monetary. I mean, $3 million on LG. You got to believe. Remember now, the market's going to be okay. There's not going to be a recession. You got to believe he's not going to spend any more money. He's not going to spend $3 million on LGBTQ for a museum. You got to believe he's not going to spend $200 million again for Gender Equality and Equity Action Fund. You got to believe he's not going to spend $7.5 million studying the domestic, I can't say the word, radicalization phenomenon. He's not going to spend another $3.6 million. This was on Michelle Obama's walking trail. He's not going to do one for Obama. Do you believe that? He's not going to do that ever again? He's not going to waste money like that? Or $2 million on a ski area in Iowa, $2 million on a ski area in Colorado, $50 million on just one ferry boat. They're going to do 100 of them. And he's not going to spend any more, $50 million on a bird sanctuary. You got to believe that. See, you got to believe all that. That's never going to happen again. He's not going to ever raise the debt ceiling. He's not going to waste money, and he's going to cut the deficits. There's your answer. If you believe that, then the market's going to keep going up. He's going to cut all that. If you think this guy, he'll be the bun, we'll call her the sausage. Sausage and bun, those two dopes. You think these two dopes, who never ran a business in their life, sucked off the government their whole life, kept getting paychecks, you really think these people are going to turn the page and do what's right for you and me? You really think that? They're not. So this is going to have the same ending as the dot-com bubble, the same thing as the housing financial bubble, and now this is the QE bubble. It's all designed this way. Because who made all that money from 2012 to 2022? The 1/100th of 1 percentile. Don't get that confused with the 1%. The 1/100th of 1 percentile. They're very, very wealthy. They run everything. They're the ones who made all that money. There's no room for you. See, that's how it works. That's how it works. Deficits are a terrible thing. When you spend more money than you take in tax revenue, you can never catch up. You know why? Because it kills, not the politician. He's going to be just fine, the politician. It kills you and me. It kills your wages, kills your savings, kills your small business. If you're an air conditioning guy, kills your little air conditioning business. If you're a drywaller, it kills your drywall business. Because you can't get any credit from the bank anymore. You can't borrow for your business anymore. See, that's where we are right now, but nobody wants to believe it. Instead, they want you to think about the yellow school bus. Are you kidding me? I want you to think about this. Guess what? We're in the hands of Kamala Harris. We're in her hands.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right? And it's part of our experience growing up.
Sausage for you.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.